A hot and humid day across Acadiana, and we're still watching Tropical Storm Emily. Hasn't changed a whole lot since the early morning hours, but it might strengthen a little bit prior to making its way toward Puerto Rico, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. It crossed over the Leeward Islands and is now in the Caribbean. It was looks like it's trying to reorganize rather, but there is a bit of wind shear coming in from the north right now, and that will inhibit the development at least for the next maybe 6 to 12 hours, but then it may strengthen a little bit once it gets over toward Puerto Rico as well as the Dominican Republic. Winds at 40 miles per hour. This is the 10 o'clock advisory. We'll get another round coming up later on this afternoon, but it is forecast to move close to Haiti and the Dominican Republic, so not a whole lot of strengthening in the initial forecast. But then you go a little farther down the road, once it gets through the Bahamas and into the Gulf Stream waters of the Atlantic, we could see some intensification. Now there is a ridge of high pressure that's supposed to build over the lower 48, and that's turned a lot of the models off toward the northeast, hopefully keeping it away even from Florida or the southeastern coast, but there still are a few straggling computer models that drag it over Florida or possibly into the Gulf of Mexico. A lot of that is going to be dependent on when this ridge of high pressure decides to form across the eastern half of the United States. It's already fairly well established right now and will gradually start to drift off toward the southeast. Now that's going to suppress our rain chances and keep things rather hot and quite humid across Acadiana as well as much of the southeast over the next several days. Now, as far as our rain chances, they will be dropping off. We'll still see a few widely scattered showers or thunderstorms popping up during the afternoon, but a lot of the action this time around is going to be along the coast and in the offshore waters. Those temperatures climbing well into the 90s, and a heat advisory will remain in effect for today, as the heat index could climb as high as 105 to 110 degrees. Even the overnight lows won't drop off much. We'll see fair skies, temperatures down around 80 degrees, but the heat index will remain in the mid-80s even during the overnight hours. Hot and humid, a high of 94 with a heat index 106, heat advisory in effect. 79 the overnight low tonight. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, staying hot and humid with a high of 94. And as we look ahead, rain chances only in the 20% range. Typical summertime heat, although the dew points are going to be rather high, so our heat index could top 105, and we may see that heat advisory remaining in effect. But we'll continue to monitor Emily as it moves off toward the west, but some slow strengthening possible farther down the road. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker in the Storm Team 3 Weather Lab. Thanks for visiting KATC.com.